I promise this podcast is going to get a lot better around 25 minutes or so. And I'll explain then what happened. Okay? What is up? What's going on, everyone? Let me just go ahead and get this live video going. You know, as I do. Although, I know that I've said a million times on this show, maybe not a million times, but probably at least 150 times, that I don't really know why I bother to do the whole live thing, because nobody ever comments on the live video. Nobody really watches the live video. Most of my audience is watching listening via like a podcast app, like Podcast Addict or Spotify or fucking who knows. But today, more than ever, it makes less sense just because today's Christmas. It's 12/25. It's Merry Christmas Day. And I'm doing a podcast. Not for any particular reason other than Ro is downstairs cooking an amazing ham dinner, which she didn't have to do. Last night we did fucking Chinese and we had plenty of leftover Chinese. So, but hey, that's what she wants to do. So I'm not going to stand in her way. I hope you have all had an awesome Christmas, Firstly, secondly, thank you very much to all of you who've, stuck through this last year of this show and its inconsistency. And, I do try to try and get at least 2 episodes out a month. Used to be 4, but that was a long time ago when things were very different in my life. And, now they're changed. And I don't know. I try to adjust things as that life changes, but whatever. But anyways, like I said, it is Christmas. I'm having an awesome Christmas. I hope that you are all also having an awesome Christmas. I don't even know where to start. My opinion is that Christmas starts at like 4:00 on Christmas Eve. Like that's the unofficial start of Christmas. Because I don't know, I delivered mail yesterday, and almost every place is closed. Like the only places that are still open on Christmas Eve all day long are the mall, the retail stores. Some places are open way later than they should be. Like the mall was open until 6:00 last night. Like nobody actually goes to the mall anymore. What did I do with my little Zyn pack? Here we go. Nobody actually goes to the mall anymore. It was actually kind of, I don't know. I want to say it was sad, but I don't know. All Christmas season, the mall didn't really have many people in it to begin with. There was more people than throughout the rest of the year. Like in 2 or 3 months now, I'll be able to walk through the mall and there's fucking no one. Like I remember I know I talked about this just not long ago, like maybe 6 weeks ago I talked about this, but I remember being like 18, 19, 20 years old and working at the mall was like the dream. Like that was what I really wanted, was to work at the mall. And now I don't know why, but this is recording wicked loud and I don't really know why that is. I see no reason why it should be. I'm going to try and adjust some settings here. But yeah, still, like, I got my recording volume, like, all the way down. I don't know why. It's recording super loud. I should double check. Sometimes, if I'm not getting any sound. Okay, good. Oh, nope. There's a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Let me see here if I can adjust this on the fly. There, that's probably the problem. My mate that's why I check my text messages sometimes when I'm trying to record. That's why I check my text messages sometimes, because my mate or someone else might text me and be like, "Hey, there's no sound coming through on the live video." But on my fucking Audacity, my recording software, it's super loud apparently. I don't know why, but it is. But anyways, now there should be sound on both ends. Let me double check here. Default, yep, Yeti. Okay, good. Should be getting sound everywhere now. But like I was saying, I don't know why once upon a time the mall, well, I guess the internet kind of changed everything, right? for me, working in the mall was like the dream. Like I really wanted to work in the mall. The problem was that there was no stores in the mall that really called to me as like a place that I really wanted to work. I definitely didn't want to work in any sort of clothing store. I did like working at Circuit City. I didn't really care for my management there, my supervisors. Excuse me. I didn't care for my supervisors there, but I liked, doing car stereo sales and even when I worked in CDs. I liked working in CDs and DVDs and, I don't know. Circuit City wasn't bad, but working in the mall was like the dream, but there just wasn't anything there and that I really wanted to work at any stores. But now, I mean, it's just sad to walk through the Newington Mall. There's nothing there. I wonder what the Mall of America is like right now. Like I went to the Mall of America once, and it was amazing. I mean, it was just really cool, and you could go there. I mean, I was in whatever that is. I think it's not in Wisconsin. Is it in Wisconsin? No, it's not in Wisconsin. It's in Minnesota. Whatever that state is, right below Wisconsin. Missouri. I think it's in Missouri. St. Louis, Missouri. Is that where it is? Anyways. I went there once, and I was in Missouri for 3 days, I think, 3 or 4 days, and 3 of those days were spent at the Mall of America, just walking around, and didn't even cover, maybe half of it, I don't think. So it was cool, but I imagine malls are very different now. I wonder what the Mall of America was like during COVID. I just imagine that malls in general just don't do very well anymore when you can do all your shopping online. Like I was at the gym the other day and I'm in the locker room and this guy says, "Are you ready for Christmas?" And this is, I think this was on like today's Saturday, so this must have been on like Tuesday or Wednesday. So we're almost at Christmas at this point, and this guy says, "You ready for Christmas?" And I said, "Yeah," because I was psyched. I was excited to get to today. I feel like I did really good with my gifts for Rochelle. I was excited to give them to her. I knew going into it that I had gotten at least one thing that she really wanted. And I had gone off script on a few gifts because she gives me a list, and I went off script of that list and got a couple things that I just thought that she would like. So I just had to hope that they would be good enough. And but I was excited to get to this point today. So this guy says, "You ready for Christmas?" I said, "Yeah, I'm definitely ready." And the guy's like, "No, you're not supposed to say that. No, I need someone in the struggle with me that hasn't done any shopping yet." And I said, I used to be just like you. I used to do the same thing, wait until like the 23rd, maybe even the 24th to start doing my shopping. And he was like, "Well, what changed it for you?" This is an older guy. He's probably in his late 50s, early 60s. He's much older than me. He's like, "What stopped it for you? What changed things so that you didn't do that anymore? I need to know the secret." And I was like, really, it was just the internet. I mean, Amazon made things super easy. Buying stuff online just makes things super easy. I had most of my shopping done. If not, I had most of my regular shopping done probably weeks ago. Like right around Thanksgiving, most of my shopping was done. Really, my only like stressor through the month of December was figuring out stocking stuffers. I'm fucking terrible at that stuff, especially like Rochelle put a $25 cap on our stocking stuffers. And so I had to figure out like what to put in there. Now she told me earlier this year, because last year I put a bunch of stuff in there. She told me earlier, like maybe a few weeks ago, she tells me more candy, less stuff, more candy. So I already knew that I could fill it pretty good with candy, but I also wanted to put like some stuff in there, some regular stuff. So I threw in some gift cards and some other little trinkets stuff. One of the things that was on her gift list that she gave me was under $25, so I put that in there. But anyways, it was just been an awesome, awesome Christmas day. I woke up a little bit earlier than her. I woke up around 9:30, went and fed our kiddos, and then I just kind of laid on the couch. I went outside to my truck because that was the other thing, was that living just the two of us here, we have to figure out, like, okay, how are we going to do, like, I don't want to wake up at 9:30, come downstairs, and there's all these gifts under the tree for me, and the stocking is there and stuff, and, I haven't done anything yet. So we had kind of an agreement that she filled her stocking for me, my stocking, I guess. She filled mine last night, and then I don't know what she did with it. She hid it somewhere, whatever she did. And then this morning, I got up at 9:30, grabbed all of my gifts for her, brought them all, to the tree, and put them under the tree. And then I started filling my her stocking this morning. I started filling my stocking for her this morning, and I let's see here. So I filled hers. Then I just chilled out on the couch, and like I said, I had to go out to my truck. It's fucking icy out. God, it was so icy out this morning. I hope there weren't too many people in the Rockingham County, New Hampshire, and Stratford County, New Hampshire area. Really just the entire New England area, probably most of the New England area traveling. I hope there weren't too many people traveling, although I heard about a pretty bad pile up somewhere. But I went outside and it was so icy. So, I salted our little sidewalk, salted our neighbor's sidewalk. And then I hung out on the couch for about 40 minutes or so. Catching up on her text messages to me, catching up on Facebook and all that shit. And then around 10:45, I think, I went upstairs, and because she had said I want to sleep until 11. I said, okay. So 10:45, I went back upstairs, crawled back in bed with her, and I crawled back in bed with her, and she's like, "Do you make my coffee yet?" And I said, "No, I haven't made your coffee yet. It's not time. You're not up." And she was like, "Well, I don't hear any Christmas music." I said, "Okay, I'll get Christmas music." So I get back out of bed. I go back downstairs, make sure the Christmas tree is on, the lights are, the Christmas lights are all plugged in and stuff. Made a coffee for her, made a coffee for myself. Got some Christmas music going on the TV, and then she came downstairs, and we started with the cats, because she's awesome. So she made 2 stockings for each of our kiddos, Renna and Graphite, and each of them had their own little stocking with a little mouse inside of it. So, but then she also bought this great cat scratcher for the cats, because Graphite's pretty big. Graphite stretches out pretty long. When he's fully stretched out, he's probably 3.5 feet, give or take. So she bought a great scratching post for him because he has destroyed one of our couches. So she bought a great scratching post for him, and it's awesome because I'll have to post the video at some point on the Adulting with Donnie Facebook page, and maybe even my Instagram. Not right now, but I'll have to do that. She let's see here. We opened that with Graphite sitting right next to us because he's super interested in what we're doing. So open that and put it together right there, and he just jumps right up on it. I mean, he climbed it like a tree. So he was very excited about his little Christmas gift. And then we started opening our gifts. We did our stockings first. And, of course, she fucking goes above and beyond. Like, we're supposed to, like, stock. Like, I remember last year, she was like, okay, stockings, you got to fill them, make sure that stockings are bursting over the sides and whatever. And I come downstairs, and we have a 3-gift limit between the two of us. Like, we can only get each other 3 gifts. If it doesn't fit in the stocking, you can only get each other 3 gifts. And last year, she gives me my stocking, and my stocking is so overfulled that there were like 5 gifts outside of the stocking. So, cheater. She was like, "No, those are gifts for the stocking. It doesn't count." Totally counts. So, this year it was a little better. She only had 2 gifts overflowing out of the out of my stocking. Merry Christmas, Tammy, and Merry Christmas, Joe from the Bridge. Saw Joe from the Bridge the other day. Joe from the Bridge. I'm delivering mail, and all of a sudden I hear, Donnie! And I looked over and knew it right away. It was Joe from the Bridge. And we shot the shit for a few minutes in the parking lot. So her fucking thing is overflowing. This year wasn't so bad. It was only 2 gifts that couldn't fit in the stocking. So do our stockings. Again, she fucking did way more than me, which I shouldn't, it's just, she does so much. It's incredible. I really hit the girlfriend lottery. Not to mention the fact that she got me a bunch of gifts before Christmas, that were like, oh, these are non-gifts. Like, she got me like a baker set. She got me ramps to put Ruby, my snowmobile, into my truck. She got those ramps. She got there was a couple other things between like Thanksgiving and now. She's gotten me a few gifts that are like, oh, these aren't Christmas gifts because I gave them to you before Christmas. So, continue doing our gifts together. And, God, she gave me 2 gifts that were incredible. The first one I'm wearing right now. Let me put it up to yeah. So this is my ring. If you're watching on the video, if you're listening on the podcast, you can go to the video. It's 16 minutes in. This is my ring she got me. And so here's the deal, right? So back in March, I think, February, March, she sent me a link to a web page, and she just said, if you ever want to put a ring on it. So we've been together for 18 months as of yesterday. Excuse me. And she says those weren't gifts, and I hit the boyfriend lottery. I love you. I love you too. So she sends me this link. She says, if you ever want to put a ring on it, because we have this, so we've been together for 18 months, and we've both been married before. Neither of us have any interest in doing it again. We're happy the way that we are. We're very happy just doing this, dating thing, just dating each other, and we don't feel a need to get married ever. There's just no, we like it this way. We just like it this way. There's no need to do the whole, I don't know what society tells you, basically. So she was just like, if you ever want to put a ring on it. So she sends me this link, and within a couple of days, I buy this ring for her. It's a Wonder Woman ring, and it's got all these emeralds, and it's on a gold band, and it's really pretty. It's a very pretty ring. And so I bought that for her. And then in June or July, I think it was probably July, I told her, like, I want a ring. I want something to wear that says I'm taken. I want something that says, like, hey, I'm owned by someone. I don't, that's what I want. And there have been so many false starts with this that, in my own head of like, let's see here. In August, I thought for sure I was going to get a ring for my birthday. My birthday was August 19th. I thought for sure I thought for sure she was going to get me a ring for my birthday. Because like I said, I mentioned this in July. And then my birthday comes, and she gave me this incredible watch, this Samsung Galaxy watch. You can see it on the screen there. And I love it. I look at it every day, and I think, this is a great gift, and I love that she gave me this. It's been a huge help to me in general, of just like, it tracks my sleep, it tracks my heart rate, it tracks, my steps during the day, it tracks my workouts. It's great for working out. It does all these great things. And I tried, I think, 3 watches before before she gave me this one. I think I tried 3 cheaper watches. Like, the first one that I bought was like $20, and then I bought one that was $30, and then I bought one that was like $35. I tried 3 different watches. I didn't like them. I ended up returning all of them. And then for my birthday, she gives me this one. And I love this thing. It's awesome. But still, on my birthday, I was like, I was kind of expecting that she might get me a ring, and then I didn't. And then let's see here. Then one day in like September, October, we did our little midday meetup at the Mall of at the Rocking. I've named 3 malls so far. The mall at Fox Run, and she says, I just have to go to the jewelry store real quick. I'll meet you in a minute. So I'm thinking like for sure she like ordered a ring. She's going to pick it up, and then she's gonna give it to me later. She goes, so she goes to this store, and then she comes and meets me, and I'm thinking she's gonna give me this ring when she meets me, and again, no ring. And then a few days later, she says, hey, can you go downstairs, and there's a package in my purse. Can you grab this package for me? I said, yeah, sure, I can do that. So I go downstairs, I get this package, and I'm thinking like, it's a little bit heavy to be a ring, but who knows? Maybe this is what I've been waiting for. So I grab this package, I bring it upstairs, and again, open it up, and she got me this great belt buckle. It's a Postal Service belt buckle, and it looks great, but again, not a ring. And I just start thinking like, she must have forgot about it, or she's saving it for one day. This is the type of thing that she's going to give me one day that I'm going to be like, I totally forgot about this. I totally forgot that I asked you for this. And then sure enough today, and then today also, like, we're opening gifts, and we both had like an agenda in our head of like, okay, I want you to open this gift this time. And so she hands me her second gift, because like I said, we're supposed to only give each other 3 gifts. She hands me her second gift, and it's in a bag. And she's like, I'm going to give you this one now, and then, because, this one's good, but I think that the next one is even better. So, but it's in a bag. So I'm like, this is not a ring either. Like, what the hell? Because the last gift, I've already seen the box that it's in, and it's in a box, like a big, like, shirt-size box. So, So I open this box, or I open this bag rather, and in the bag is this fucking, I open it and I pull it out, and there's like a box, and then inside that box is another box, and I was like, no way, is this it? And I open it up, and sure enough, there's my ring, and I was like, yes. And she's like, I'm not asking you to marry you. And I was like, no, I know, like, I've been waiting for this. This is what I have wanted from you. So I was super excited about this. I'm very happy about this ring. It's beautiful. It's a Marvel / Loki inspired ring. So, and then she also got me, then the last gift, she was like, the last gift's even better. I was like, it's going to be hard to top this. And it was. Honestly, these are 2 of my favorite gifts that I've ever gotten in my life. This and the next gift. The next gift was tickets to Tom Segura. Going to see Tom Segura in March. So, super excited about that. Excuse me. So, she told me that she already got us a hotel room for the night there to go see Tom Segura, and he's my favorite comedian. If you've never heard any of his stuff, it's all on Netflix, and it's amazing. So very excited about that. Yeah, and then I got her a Wonder Woman necklace. It looks beautiful on her. And then I also got her this coffee table that she's been wanting for a long time. So yeah, it's been an awesome Christmas. So I am going to cut this episode a little short. But it's been an awesome Christmas, and I do hope that all of you also have had an awesome Christmas, and I'm sure that I will talk to you again later this week. And that's going to do it for me. Bye. So this is like, I don't know, 16, 18, maybe even 24 hours, probably close to 24 hours later. Hold on, I should probably get a live video going too, shouldn't I? Hold on, I'm gonna hit pause. Okay, like I said, I'm literally picking up, as far as like the podcast goes, like all the audio listeners, the people that listen via Spotify and Podcast Addict and all those things, iTunes, whatever. You experience zero interruption versus anyone that watches on video experienced, almost 24 hours of interruption there. I have no idea what the fuck happened last night. I just know that right around like 15 minutes, I was fading hard. I was like, I don't know. I was barely able to keep my eyes open, and I just started getting really fucking hot, and I just ended the podcast real quick, really fast, way faster than normal. I was just like, I'm done. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep pretending that everything is fine. I gotta fucking shut this thing down. So that's what I did. I just I hit stop, and I went into the bedroom, and I texted my mate and said I don't know what's going on, but I have to lay down. I can barely keep my eyes open. And she came up and checked on me a bunch of times. She is super sweet and thoughtful, and just concerned about me, which is nice. And so she came up and checked on me a couple times. I was like, I just need to lay down for like a minute. Like, I'm just gonna lay here for like maybe an hour or so. And I woke up. That was at like 6 o'clock. I told her that. I woke up at like 7, I think, and thought, I'm just gonna lay here for a few more minutes, and then I think I'm gonna be good. And I ended up falling asleep for another 45 minutes. I woke up at 7:45, and I was like, okay, I feel better. I think I can get up now. I'm just gonna close my eyes for one more minute, and then I woke up at 9 o'clock. So I was out hard for 3 hours. I assume a lot of it had to do with drinking basically all day. And I mean, I was drinking tequila, I was drinking bourbon, I was drinking Coors Lights. I had a whole lot of nicotine in me, just all the bad things. And I also, I don't really drink, or I don't really eat like sugary stuff anymore, like candies or anything. So, I was eating Kit Kats and popcorn and just nothing good inside my body, really. And so, yeah, I have no idea what happened. I know that I felt much better almost right away, and then I went downstairs and I had something to eat, and I felt better. So now I'm just picking up where I left off. So again, anyone who's listening on the podcast, definitely, you didn't experience any real interruption. I threw in a little thing at the beginning, a little 10-second thing at the beginning, saying, the first 25 minutes of this is going to be pretty bad, but the next the rest of it should be, I think, better. So picking up, I'm going to retell a bunch of my stories because now I'm fucking awake, and now I know, now I have a better idea of what the fuck I'm going to say. So my Christmas yesterday was awesome. Had an amazing Christmas with my mate. I know that I already showed off my ring, and I really love it. I mean, I can't say that enough. I had so many weird dreams last night when I did really go to bed, because we went, I got up at 9 o'clock, went downstairs, had something to eat, and then we watched a movie. We watched a movie called Holiday in the Wild, which, again, another fucking tearjerker. Why are all the Christmas movies tearjerkers? Why does every Christmas movie make me cry? Elf makes me cry. Fred Claus makes me cry. What are the other ones that we watched? We watched The Family Stone the other night. I'm pretty sure that I had some tears then. Holiday in the Wild last night, had some tears coming out then. We watched a movie recommended to us by Rochelle's cousin, Marissa, and it's called, what was it called? It was just called Claus. Just K-L-A-U-S-E, just Claus. And it's an animated movie, and it's about this angry postman who is sent to this middle of nowhere town, and he essentially creates and then saves Christmas. And It was for an animated movie, especially a kids movie. It was a kids movie, but it was good, and I'm glad we watched it. But again, another tearjerker. Like, why do Christmas movies always make me cry? And does that apply to anyone else? I gotta know. How is no one else like gets super emotional watching a Christmas movie? I believe Christmas movies made me believe in Santa Claus until I was like fucking 15. I'm not even joking. I wish I was joking with you, but I'm not. I remember being 15 years old, asking my mom if she thought it was weird that I still played with like Jurassic Park dinosaurs, which she said no. So, but I believed in Santa Claus for a long time, and I would watch like movies like I don't remember if I mentioned it on the podcast or not, but last year Rochelle asked me if I had a favorite Christmas movie growing up. And I remember there was like this ABC Hallmark type movie growing up. It played every Christmas season, and it was Rochelle said I had a karate dream because I apparently kneed her in the back, and that was when she said, "Can you go sleep on the couch?" Which I don't mind. Once in a great while, she might send me down to the couch because I'm either snoring too much or I am. Or I'm farting and it's making her it's pushing her out of the fucking bedroom. But I don't mind. That's once in a great while, maybe 4 times a year that happens. And she got me this great. I need a fan. I need like a fan going for me to be able to sleep. I need that white noise, and which she does not. She wears earplugs. She needs absolute quiet to sleep. So we had like one of those big, oscillating fans, like a 16-inch fan. It's on a stand and everything. We had one of those for a long time, and then one day she was like, what do you think? Do you think like a smaller fan, something that might go on a desk, might work for you? And I said, yeah, of course it would. I don't mind. As long as it pushes some air around and makes some noise, then that should be fine. And I was thinking like an 8, maybe a 10-inch fan, something that literally sits on like a desk. And she comes home with a 4-inch fan. It's this tiny little thing, and it's rechargeable, so it's also portable. And my first thought was that probably is not going to work. And I couldn't have been more wrong, which, as per usual, one of those situations. Rena's in here. Hey, Rena. Hey, girl. Rena is Rochelle's very feral cat who doesn't like anyone but me. Lets me pet her. Which, hey, girl. Good girl. Yeah, I'm petting her right now. Yeah. A year and a half ago, she probably would have screamed at me. The first time that we met, I remember, the first time that I met Rena, I come over to Rochelle's place, and I come inside, and Rena's in the living room, and she's like in like a sitting position on the floor, and I reach forward like nice and slow because Rochelle had been like, she's a feral cat, she hates everyone, she doesn't like anyone, and I'm thinking to myself like, I am going to earn some points here because I'm going to lean in and pet this cat, and Rochelle is going to be like, oh my god, she never lets anyone pet her, I can't believe she's letting you do that. And I lean forward to pet her, and she reaches out and swipes at me with these talons that she has and cuts my finger wide open. And I draw my hand back real quick and don't make a big deal out of it or anything. But then I go sit on the couch, and I'm pushing my hand down into my leg to try and stop the bleeding that I know is happening. And that pair of jeans had like a big blood mark on it because she had just cut my hand open so badly. And I think I got up eventually, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to get a drink real quick. And I went to the kitchen sink and like washed my hand out real quick, and then came back to the couch and continued to apply pressure because she had sliced my hand open so bad. But since then, she lets me pet her, and she still has her moments when, she gets annoyed. She gets tired of your petting. But she'll jump off on the couch with me and let me, she'll lay down next to me, and it's just adorable, and I love her. She's so cute. She's cute in her own little angry ass way. Jason asking, bro, are you married now? For those of you who did watch last night and listen to the first half of this of what was an awful podcast last night, Ro bought me this beautiful ring. I already talked about it on this second half of the podcast. No, not married, not getting married, no plans to get married, not engaged. It's right there in the original post. It says still not getting married. We love each other very, very deeply, very, very much. But we are both very happy. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, stop. Ren is trying to chew stuff. All right, that's enough. You can go now. You may go. Go away. Go. Yeah. These cats, they're like teenagers. I swear to God. So anyways, yeah, no, we're very much in love. We love just dating. We love dating each other. We feel no need to do the whole marriage thing unless I don't know. I mean, we've talked about it, and like things would have to like there'd have to be a reason for it. Like it would have to make sense. For us to get married, it would have to be something that makes sense. Like one of us loses our insurance or something, and that's the reason to get married. Or for whatever reason, like I don't know, I get deported from the country, and now I need to have now I need to get married so that they can't kick me out of the country, something like that. Or maybe I don't know, maybe Rochelle goes off the deep end and she tells me about it, and then we have to get married so that I can't testify against her. I don't know, who knows what could happen. And Jason said, dating with rings. Yes, we are. Yeah, so I'll tell the story again just because I feel like it, and it's my fucking show. I'll do what I want. I bought Rochelle this beautiful Wonder Woman ring back in March. I'll tell it again just because last night's story was so goddamn bad because I was falling asleep at the mic. I bought Rochelle this beautiful Wonder Woman ring back in March, and she really loved it, and she wears it. I wouldn't even say for special occasions. Like she wears it like, if we're going out to dinner somewhere, she wears it. So it's not like special occasions, but it is like, she doesn't wear it every day because she doesn't want it to get damaged, which I totally understand and appreciate because it's a beautiful ring. But I had told her over the summer, like in June or July, that I really wanted a ring. I wanted her to buy me a ring, that I could wear that I don't know how much this ring may or may not signal to people that I'm taken, but that's what I wanted. I wanted something. Hey, no. The teenage son is trying to jump up places that he shouldn't be. This is the joy of having teenagers. Anyways, yeah, so I told her back in June or July that I wanted something to wear that signifies to people, hopefully, that, I'm taken and I'm very much in love. So I tell her this in June or July, and she sent me to the mall once in July, I think, and just said, hey, if you think about it, stop by someplace and, get your ring finger sized just to make sure, just so that what size your ring finger is in case I decide to buy you something. So this is June or July. And then I think it was I know that my birthday came around, so maybe it was after my birthday. So my birthday comes around, and she gives me this beautiful Samsung Galaxy watch that I love, but it comes in a box. Jason says you occasionally cosplay as a married couple. No, stop with your fucking marriage thing. We don't need to abide by your way of life, Jason. We don't need to get married and have kids and do the whole fucking rigmarole of all that shit. We're living life our way. We're creating our own relationship. We're not going by society's standards of what a long-term relationship is supposed to look like. So, dating forever, and I'm happy that way. It feels like you have to wake up every day and win this person over. There's not this literal anchor that says, you guys can't break up, or at least this anchor that says it's going to be really difficult for you guys to break up. I have to wake up. I feel like I wake up every day and I have to earn my love of Rochelle, and I believe that she feels the same way. So anyways, So my birthday comes around. She gives me this great watch. I love it, but it comes in a box that the watch isn't very big. It's a fucking watch. It's not a huge thing. So the box that she gives me is about the size of what I'm expecting to be a ring, and it wasn't a ring. And as much as I love the watch, I was like, I told her I wanted a ring. I really wanted a ring. But I had also been looking at watches, and I tried out a few and didn't like them. I tried out some cheapies, some cheap models. Like, I think the most expensive model that I bought was like $60. The cheapest one I bought was 20, and they were just like little Amazon, specials or whatever. So, as excited I was about the watch, I still wanted a ring. And then in September sometime, we met up at the mall, and she says, well, go do your mail thing, and then I just have to go to this store. And I'm thinking she's going to pick up a ring. Like, she ordered a ring, it arrived at the store, she's going to pick it up. Excuse me. And then she comes back from this store. I'm thinking she's going to give me a ring. No ring. And then like this story, like this type of thing, it usually happens the other way around, right? Like, women are usually the one that are like, I've been waiting for this guy to give me a ring forever. Maybe it happens a lot with gay couples. I don't know. But this is not, I don't feel like there's a lot of guys out there who are like, I've just been waiting for my girl to give me a ring for the longest time. And then, it wasn't a ring. And then a few days later, she says, hey, can you go downstairs? There's this package in my purse. Can you get it for me? And I pull this package out, and it's fairly small. It's only like 3 inches by 3 inches. And I'm thinking, there's got to be a ring in here, right? That's what this is. It's a ring. And still no ring. And so here we come to Christmas. And I was hoping, this is exactly what I was hoping for, was a ring. And if I didn't get a ring for Christmas, I probably would have waited another 3 or 4 weeks. And then I would have been like, hey, just wondering, like, you remember that I said I want a ring, right? Like, just making sure you remember that I said I want a ring. But she gives me this ring, and I open the box. And first of all, we're allowed to give each other 3 gifts. Now, she cheats every fucking year. Well, this is 2 years in a row. She cheats big time because the stocking stuffers are supposed to fit in the stocking. Last year, she filled my stocking, and then there was like 7 gifts outside of it. And then this year, she fills my stocking, and then there was 2 gifts outside of it. So she is improving. But stocking stuffers, like, I'm not good at it. I went into Walmart, Rite Aid. I went on Amazon a bunch of times just trying to find good stocking stuffers. And Rochelle is really good about like keeping notes throughout the year of what to get. I am not so much. So not only was my stocking overfull again, this time around, we're supposed to get each other 3 gifts, but not only did she get me 3 gifts, but then she got me like 3 gifts from Graphite, 3 gifts from Rena. So she's, I don't know, she's just super sweet and super giving and can't help herself. So I also got her gifts from the cats and a gift from me and the cats, so it didn't count. So I'd like to think that we treat each other really good. But either way, one of the gifts that she gave me from the cats, from her cat, Rena, was a new pair of shoes for work, which was great because I just ordered a new pair of running shoes. And for the last 2 months, maybe more, maybe 2 or 3 months, I've been wearing my running shoes as my work shoes. So they are tore up. They are ready to go. So I just bought myself a new pair of running shoes the other day. And then she got me a new pair of work shoes for Christmas. So it's great. So I have a pair for work. I have a pair for working out. So I can keep the 2 separate, which is good. And then she also got me all of these. She got me, for those of you who don't follow my social media very well, Rochelle buys me like these crazy socks all the time. Like right now I'm wearing Star Wars socks. And I do a little post usually on Saturdays. In fact, pretty much exclusively on Saturdays. I do, hashtag Socks Saturday. And I'll take a picture of whatever socks I'm wearing. Like I have South Park socks. I have Star Wars socks. I have Top Gun socks. She got me a great pair of Santa socks. What else do I have? Cobra Kai. There's just a bunch in there. Roadrunner. There's some ramen noodles. I have a couple pairs of Deadpool socks. So for Christmas, she gave me a bunch of pairs of socks. Let's see here. Let me just catch up on these comments here. Jason, yeah, so you're committed, live together, and wear rings, but you're offended when I say marriage. Kathy says, I think you should have a dating forever party. Rochelle, Jason, all me, stop marriage shaming us. Hashtag been there, done that twice. Also been hashtag been there once and been engaged once. So I'm good. Just no party during softball season. And then Rochelle said agreed. So she gave me some socks. I think she gave me some Adulting with Donnie socks. What is the name of that movie? Beverly Hills Cop socks. Joe Rogan Experience socks. There was like 6 or 7 pairs of socks in there. One was an airplane sock. She ordered all these from a website that I can't remember now, like Red Tag or something like that. And she had all these socks. Most of these socks custom made. I think the airplane socks were not custom made. But like the Beverly Hills Cop and Joe Rogan Experience socks and a couple other pairs were all custom made by her. She just told them what she wanted on them and ordered them. So that was like gift number 1 from her officially. And then she hands me this little bag, and she's like, I don't know which one I want to give to you first. Like there's one gift is like just as big as the other one, and so she hands me this little bag, but it's a bag, like it's a Christmas bag, like you get, everyone sees these bags, the bag I'm talking about. So she gives me this bag, and I'm looking at it thinking there's no ring in that bag, and this other box is the size and shape of a t-shirt, so there's probably not a ring in there either. I'm like kind of getting annoyed because I'm like, I told you I want a ring, and you had me go get sized for a ring. So where's the ring? So I open up this bag, and then inside the bag is a little box, and I see the box now, and I get excited. Now I'm like, it's got to be, right? There's no way it's another watch. And sure enough, I opened it, and it's a ring, and I was like, yes, yes, yes. I was shouting out, and she was like, I'm not asking you to get married. I'm not. She made that very clear right away. I'm not proposing to you. And I was like, I know, but this is exactly what I wanted. This is what I have been wanting. This is exactly what I wanted. I have been thinking about this for months. For those of you that didn't see on the live show last night, I can show it to you again. Yeah, right there. It's 22 minutes into the Facebook episode called Let's Try This Again. So I got my ring. I was very excited about that. And then she was like, well, wait until you see the next gift. And I was like, it's going to be hard to top this one. And as much as she thinks it may top it, I think that they're about even. I couldn't tell you which one I'm more excited about. The other gift that she got me was tickets for the two of us in damn near the front fucking row to go see Tom Segura live, which is my favorite comedian. Like I was driving today thinking to myself, like, I don't really care to go to any sort of live concert, see any sort of artist in person. Like I can listen to your music. If you're really good, I can probably listen to your live music. I can find your videos on YouTube. Like there's not a whole lot of, like, I don't know. I always thought that I wanted to go see Slipknot live, but there's like 50 to 100,000 people there, and usually you're way in the back, and what's the purpose? It just it just doesn't seem very exciting to me, and especially now I'm almost fucking 40 years old. Like I'm almost 40. I'm gonna go to a Slipknot concert and be in a mosh pit. No thanks. I'm good. So there's not a lot of live music that I would like to go see. I can't think of really any comedians off the top of my head that I really want to go see other than Tom Segura. Like I want to be there in the audience dying of laughter while he tells his jokes on stage. I mean, that he is definitely my number one favorite comic. So super excited to go see that over the winter here. not going to tell you animals when we're going, but definitely very excited for that. So, I mean, she just knocked it out of the park with Christmas. She crushed it yet again with Christmas. Last Christmas, she did amazing. Got me a bunch of stuff that was like, sustainable living is the best way to put that, I think. And this Christmas, she got me things that I definitely was like, obviously this ring, I was just so excited about it. And I keep looking at it all day yesterday, and I keep looking at it today. And I literally had a dream about it last night. Last night I had these fucking crazy ass dreams. We went to bed at about midnight last night after I had just slept for 3 hours. It took me a little while to fall asleep, but when I eventually did, I had these wild fucking dreams. I was like Inception level dreaming last night for no reason. I don't know why. I don't know what was going on with me last night, but I had a dream, and then in the dream I woke up in the bedroom, but I woke up into another dream, and then I had that dream, and then I woke up into another dream. And this went on 6 or 7 different times. One of those times I even wrote down what the dream had been about, because when her and I got up for the day, I wanted to be able to tell her, like, oh man, I had this crazy dream about this thing. But I was in another dream when I did that, so I didn't really write anything down. I woke up a 6th or 7th time, into another dream, and thought, okay, good, I'm finally awake. This one is, now I'm finally awake. This is real. And then I went into our bathroom, and the kitchen, or the bathroom counter, the sink, was not what it is supposed to be. And I looked at it and thought, fuck, I'm still in another dream. And it wasn't until she woke me up and kicked me out of bed that I was really like, okay, this is real life. I'm back in reality. But yeah, it was just fucking weird. I don't know what was going on. I know that like one of the last dreams I had, like UNH was graduating, and they were right outside our window, and WMUR was there recording this graduation and asked us to help them with the graduation ceremony right outside of our window. And our window is on the 2nd floor. There's no reason for them to be right outside our window. So yeah, that was my Christmas. Again, thank you for anyone that listened, that stood through the fucking awfulness of whatever the first 25 minutes of this show was, that I recorded last night, and then hearing a bunch of stories over again in the second half. I hope that you all had a great Christmas. I know that one thing really annoyed me this week. It just really got on my nerves. If I can go on a short little rant here before I close out the show. It's really got on my nerves. You ever pay for something and you expect to get a certain thing in return, right? So like, you maybe you go to like Best Buy and you buy a new GoPro, and you bring that home and you expect it to work correctly, and you expect it to do the thing that you paid for. And then it doesn't do that. You take your new GoPro home and you go to turn it on and nothing works the way that it's supposed to. You paid for something and you didn't get in return what you thought you were supposed to get in return. That happened to me because I pay to be a Patreon of a podcast, and this podcaster, let's see here, I don't want to give out his name, but it sounds a lot like Schmation Balmy, and his podcast sounds a lot like Pith Happens when you celebrate nude. So yeah, I pay to be a Patreon of his show. I've probably given him, I wouldn't be so bold as to say I've given him more money towards his show this year than anyone else who subscribes to his show. But I got to be easily top 5, maybe top 10, but probably top 5. Because because right away he announces he's going to Patreon, and I gave him $40 off the bat. Have a nice day, and then I dropped it down to $3.50. So I've probably given him more than most people since he made his little transition, and he does his little. I just want to thank all of my Patreons. He runs down this entire list, gives a couple of hoes, a great big shout out for them. And then for me, he just breezes right past me. And I texted him and I was like, dude, what the fuck? You give shout outs to everyone but me? And he was like, no, that can't be right. That can't be right. I go back and listen the second time. So I get stabbed twice with this information of him. No shout out, nothing, zip zero, nothing. I pay good money to get these shout outs and to hear my own name. My form of narcissism. I pay good money to hear my own name on someone else's show. And what did I get back? I got back nothing. Know what I got back? I got back him commenting on my own show about how disgruntled he is for me not getting married. He's all disgruntled because me and my mate want to date forever and wear rings that show our love for each other, but we're not going to involve the state, and we're not going to have this anchor attached to us, and instead that's what I get back from him for my well-earned money that I gladly hand over to my buddy. I get no shout out, and instead I get grief. I get handed grief for living with the woman I love. So yeah, there's my little rant about you, sir. All right. There. That second half came out a lot better than what I did last night. Last night was pretty bad. I feel much better now about what I've done. I don't think that I had much of anything else to say on this show, and my coffee's gone now, so I got to go get something to drink and wait for my mate to get home so we can watch Hawkeye. I don't know if any of you have watched Hawkeye. I'm sure that the guys from Crash and Taz Movie Cellar, I'm sure that you guys have watched Hawkeye. We went and saw Spider-Man No Way Home last week. It was really good. I just got a news notification that says it's the first movie post-pandemic, which is funny for them to say post-pandemic since, aren't we still in this bullshit? I mean, I walked into Market Basket today. I see everyone still wearing a mask everywhere they fucking go. Because it's fucking stupid. I don't get it. Everyone that I see wearing a mask, I internally say, you're a nerd to myself. I get it. Like, I fully support, everyone wants to make their own decision. That's what you want to do. But really, how worried are you? Are you really that worried? Like, you can't possibly be that worried. How can you stress yourself out that much over something that is just not... that I don't understand. I'm still lost on how things like swine flu, H1N1, bird flu, all these things just kind of went by the wayside of just like, hey, there's a fucking virus floating around out there. You might get it, might kill you, might not, probably not going to. It's a lot like the regular flu that we get a shot for every year. And those things all, no big deal. Let's just, we don't need to pay attention. Those ones, fine. I really think that this one had to do with not only the timing that it happened, but the president that it happened under. I think that if it had been a different president, it wouldn't have been made a big deal out of. I definitely think that the media controls a lot of the narrative on COVID and Corona. And they saw it as, I think especially the more Democrat-leaning news agencies saw it as a way to be like, nope, he's a bad president because he's not taking this seriously enough. There were all these other like I just said, other viruses that happen all the time in the last, just in the last 20 or 30 years. But there's plenty that have happened in the last 60 years. There was a corona COVID level type of virus, maybe even something worse, that happened in 69, I think, whatever year Woodstock took place. They didn't cancel Woodstock. They still had 100,000 people there. No big deal. Excuse me. I think this was, this entirely was pushed to massive coverage based on who our president was. And I thought for sure that once, Trump was out and Biden was in, then it would all calm down and just stop being a big deal. But I think that there's just half the country is going to be like, nope, mask forever. I still deliver to plenty of businesses that say, vaccinated or not, you have to wear a mask. It's just a very strange thing. It's just a very, very strange thing. And then, you get like people are getting vaccinated and then still dying. People are getting vaccinated and still getting COVID. So there's the vaccine even a real thing? Like, I don't know. As someone went back and forth, well, maybe not back and forth with me, because most of these people I let them comment once and then I just ignore them after. But someone made some comment about, like, the point is that if everyone gets vaccinated, even if you still get it, then we get closer to herd immunity or something stupid like that. I don't know. All I know is that there's a pretty good chance that Ro and I have probably already had COVID and just didn't even know. I think most people probably got it at some point and just didn't even know. They got it and they were like, oh, weird. Who knows? I mean, last night, like I said, I got really hot all of a sudden and really tired, and I went and laid down for 3 hours. I don't know. Maybe I just have a fucking kick-ass immunity system. Maybe I do. And I had a 3-hour version of COVID. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. I do know that all of it is fucking wild. It's, I don't know that it's ever going to go anywhere at this point. It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years since, it's been just over 2 years since these cases started popping up in China. And, it's been almost 2 years since they started making their way into America. And, I remember thinking, yep, this is going to be done in 2 weeks. And I remember the quarantines and we're going to do a stay-at-home order for 2 weeks, and nobody followed it. There were people that followed it, but nobody really followed it that strictly. You can't just tell everyone stay inside for 2 weeks. Maybe you could, like, I don't know, maybe you could stop this type of thing if you could tell people, we're going to pay you, what do you spend a month? In groceries, what do you spend a month on rent or mortgage, insurances, all this stuff? What do you spend? Okay, I spend $3,000. Okay, the government is going to go fucking wild and give every household, the money to pay for that stuff, your heat, your oil, whatever. You still can't make everyone stay at home. Law enforcement still has to go out. The ambulances still have to go out. People still have to work at the hospital. Stores would fucking be empty. I heard once a long time ago, and I fully believe it, that that grocery stores really only stock, like, between their warehouses and their stores, they only have enough for 2 months. So if all the farms, all the fucking plants, all that stuff shuts down, in 2 months we're out of food. Which is a problem. There's so many bigger, I don't know about bigger problems, but there are so many problems that we just don't really take in consideration because these things are always here. At the very beginning of COVID, I remember going to the store and the shelves are empty of toilet paper, paper towels, beer, everything is empty, but the aisles with vitamins and packs of water, those are stocked full. Like, Nobody thinks critically at all. Nobody has any sort of logical thinking behind them. That, well, maybe if I take some vitamins, maybe that'll help my immune system. There's literally vitamins called immunity support. But nobody paid attention to that. They wanted, toilet paper. And you think about it, like, there was a question of like, how did every place run out of toilet paper? Think about how big a package of toilet paper is. A grocery store can only store so much of that. There's a reason that there was a limit on 2. What was it like? Once they finally did start coming back in stock, there was a limit on 2 per customer. So, and why was it toilet paper? Like, there was nothing about Corona that said you're going to be spending a lot of time in the bathroom. So I don't know why it was toilet paper either, other than maybe these people thought, I'm going to be stuck inside for the next 6 months, which, I mean, if you buy like a one of the big things of toilet paper, it's like 24 rolls or something like that. How long does that really take you to go through? I mean, I can't imagine. I've never really, checked on it, but yeah. Ro says we're not running out of food. Me and Ro, we could probably go 3-4 weeks stuck in the house together. And if there's anyone in the world that I like needed to be stuck in a house with, as long as we have cable and internet, so that we can so that maybe we can catch up on some of these movies that we've been wanting to watch together. Maybe as long as we have that, because we have a huge list of movies and TV shows, more movies than TV shows. But Ro keeps a running list of any time that I've been like, oh, can you add this movie to our movie list? She keeps a running list of all these movies. And I mean, there's easily going to be 40, 50, 60 movies on this list of things that either I haven't seen, she hasn't seen, or we haven't watched together. There's plenty of movies that I've watched that we haven't watched together. So we could easily spend a month in this house just watching movies all day, every day for 30 days. And I don't know if we'd get through that list. We might get pretty close, but I don't know if we'd get through it. So, and the other problem is that I'm sure that once we log on to Amazon, Netflix, Hulu, and HBO and watch one of the movies on our list, we might see something else in, that Amazon or one of those places suggests we watch and be like, you know what, let's watch this instead of something on our list. Like Holiday in the Wild that we watched last night, that wasn't on our list. That was nowhere near our list. I think that we saw the trailer for it, and because the guy, the lead, Rob Lowe, because he flies an airplane, Ro was like, oh, let's watch this movie. He flies an airplane. And we watched it, and it was pretty good. And I saw him go start the airplane, and I was like, whoa, way too much throttle, buddy. Calm down. You're going to flood the engine on that thing. So, but yeah. Anyways, it's Sunday. I feel like I gave you a much better second half plus of the show. Over half the show was way better than that first 25 minutes. That first 25 minutes was absolute garbage. Again, no idea what happened. When I tried to do it last night, I think it was a combination of too much alcohol and too much nicotine, and too much fun. So that is going to do it for me. Again, hope everyone had a very happy holiday. And I hope you have a safe week right before New Year's. Maybe me and Ro will do another New Year's episode like we did last year. We had a really fun New Year's Eve episode last year that we were talking for like an hour and a half. And all of a sudden it's 11:50. I was like, oh, fuck, we got to close this show so that we can celebrate the ball dropping. So I don't know. Maybe we'll try and do one of those again. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But either way, I'll try to get one out before the end of the year. Do a little year-end wrap-up, year in review. Just reminding everyone what a great year I had. So, I will talk to you all soon. Merry Christmas, and I hope it was safe and happy for all of you. And I will chat with you again soon. The suicide prevention line, 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-TALK. Or you can text the hotline 741-741. And don't forget my sponsors, AdamEve.com, MileHighAngel.com, 4HMClothing.com, and Manscaped.com. All of those offer code adulting gets you varying degrees of discounts or free shipping, or, depending on what you buy on Adam Eve, it might just be free shipping and a gift pack. You might get 50% off any one item. It depends. Mile High Angel is 10% off your order. 4HM Clothing is 10% off any order over $50. And manscaped.com is 20% off your order plus free shipping. So that's going to do it for me. I will talk to you guys very soon. I think that I have new exciting things happening in 2021 that I'm looking forward to. So I will talk to you guys soon. All right, bye.